How are you, Richard? Have you had a good day?
Yes, I did, and you?
I've had a great day, thank you. Yes.
So I would like to ask you some questions to IT Base
Sure.
online. Which of IT trends would you emphasize as technological from the point of view of EMC?
So the IT trends we see globally, actually, see an increasing amount of customers adopting cloud provisioning services. Not just thinking that cloud is off-premise, but also cloud is cloud is an operating model. Cloud is something you do; it's not something you buy. So we see customers increasingly look to turn the internal IT department into the service provider department, where they have agility and speed, so that the IT team is more able to serve the business. This is one trend we absolutely see globally. Another trend is this topic of the Internet of Things, which is a technology phrase that you hear from mostly technology companies. But we see this occurring in manufacturing businesses and industrial businesses. So I think of the technology of the Internet of Things as like the industrial Internet.
Yeah, sensors and so on.
So, exactly, and we see a lot of this. So we're doing some work with automotive manufacturers. A number of the automotives these days have ECUs, and those ECUs distribute data from the vehicle. And increasingly we're doing pilots with companies for driverless vehicles. And whilst this may not be appealing, a driverless vehicle to you and I, a driverless vehicle could help the immobile citizens around the world actually become more mobile again. So I see a trend around cloud, absolutely the Internet of Things, the industrial internet. We're seeing a significant shift towards software-defined enterprises, where customers are changing the way they attack application development, and instead of using the traditional waterfall methodology, increasingly customers are moving to much more of an agile development model, where they do needs analysis, scrum downs in the morning, develop by lunchtime, test in the afternoon, release in the evening. Very fast cycles. So we see a lot of work happening where customers are looking at new application development languages, Jenkins, Puppet, Spring, MongoDB, those types of applications, and these are rapidly being adopted. So I see trends around cloud, Internet of Things, big data, and also customers looking increasingly at becoming much more software orientated and software based. And we see a lot of internal IT resource reskilling, changing from hardware and infrastructure engineers to much more of a software engineering business.
And which nowadays business trend has greatest impact on IT departments and company business factor cloud and company business, which would you depict as a strategic factor?
Well, I think cloud has a significant impact on the IT department, because it's a change in the way of operations. Historically we had processes for how we would deploy, operate, manage and retire equipment, and those processes are increasingly going into orchestration software, and we're now automating those processes such that the technology can be provisioned, operated, managed and retired without the intervention of technical engineers. So I see this as a big change for the IT department. I also think another big change is the way in which the development platform and the development environment is changing. So we see the application development teams are increasingly having to adapt to new methods like agile development, new tools, and the way in which they're interacting between the development team and the production, the operations, infrastructure teams has changed. So we see now an increasing alignment between dev and ops, and that's an experience which is new for many IT employees. But all of this change in the IT organization is really only happening because it's to create agility, so that the agility can help the businesses actually serve the customers that they're attempting to serve, grow the top line, increase efficiency, and improve the earnings.
Mm-hmm. And another question is if you educate also your customers and sales partners to be aware of their business needs and how to support them, how do you support them with IT solutions rather than cost savings?
Yes. So, I mean, EMC does have its own education services, so we do actually train our business partners and our customers in the technologies that we are increasingly participating in. So this is one area of training and education. But the other activity we undertake as a company, we spend about 12% of our annual revenue on R&D, and a lot of our research and development goes into engineering and manufacturing of new technologies. And as we build those technologies, we're increasingly looking to pre-engineer the hardware or the software together in such a way that we can accelerate the customer's consumption of those technologies. And the pre-engineering comes documented as manuals. So if you look at our converged infrastructure that we have with VCE, I mean, we do hundreds of hours of pre-testing to ensure interoperability, and then we document this and we share this documentation with the customer to prove that the technology they're buying is interoperable, is fit for purpose, and can be deployed much faster. So our education is to help our business partners embrace new technologies, help our customers and our business partners embrace new technologies and new methods and ways of working.
Yes, but also this event can be taken as a
yes,
educational.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So we have once a year we run EMC World. It happens to be in Las Vegas. It's about the only location where we can have approximately 15,000 attendees all at the same time. This happens in May, and then what we do a bit later on in the year, so from approximately September onwards, for about 10 weeks, we cascade the content from EMC World in May, plus any updates and technological revisions, and then we cascade that through the EMC Forum. So we're running 37 EMC forums across Europe, Middle East, Africa and Russia. We're running 12 in Asia Pacific and 7 in the Americas over the course of 10 weeks. Approximately 40,000 people will attend an EMC forum over 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, EMC is still taken as a storage company.
Yes.
And price per unit saved is still dropping, and on the other hand, the bulk of storage rises. How do you equal that proportion and with that fact?
Sure. So I think, like in most
business strategy also.
Yeah. Like in most technologies, you have Moore's law, where the consumption goes up, but the average price comes down. As the availability of technology becomes more omnipresent, you get a decrease in the unit cost, but you get a higher consumption. So storage is no different. Number one, the pace of consumption is dramatic. So because the types of storage content is increasingly rich content, video content, large graphics files, a large amount of data, the real consumption is considerably higher, and therefore we can offset some of the unit cost decline by the sheer volume of growth. So the terabytes in consumption is going up at a disproportionate rate to the unit cost coming down. So this is one factor. And then the other factor is that we have an increasing amount of our capability is written in the software that provides the value add that enables the customer to do automated provisioning, operations, management and retirement of the storage and the infrastructure. So we have software products like Viper Controller or Viper Storage Resource Manager that's visible in the forum, and these are software tools that help our customers to automate storage services. So whilst the unit cost of the physical hardware technology is decreasing, the volume is increasing at a rate which offsets the price decline, and we're layering value add into our software capabilities to make our services much more differentiated for our customer. And this is how we help protect our top line performance and ultimately improve margins over time.
Well, and in the end, do you also have some experience with local, let's say, Middle and Eastern Europe countries? Are they totally different or similar to Western countries, to US, or some if they adapt the trends as well?
We absolutely see, being a global business, the benefit of learning about certain business practices in some more advanced economies, and then transferring those learnings into other economies which might be slightly behind in terms of adoption. And if you look at like some of our growth, like our growth today in the Czech Republic is double digit. So we're clearly growing at a faster rate than the market is performing. We are taking market share, and this is because our products and our software are extremely relevant for our customers. And the way we learn this relevance, perhaps we do project in the Americas or somewhere in Asia or Northern Europe, and then we bring this experience through our engineering teams and our systems engineers and pre-sales colleagues, and share this with our business partners and share this with our end customers, and make sure that we are cascading case studies as to how you can use technology to bring agility to the business, so that the business that you're serving can serve its markets much faster.
Let's say, last question: do you also face some major technological threat, like Intel, for example, faces ARM? I don't mean competition, but because everybody has a competition.
Sure.
But I mean some trend which goes another way than EMC goes, or some threat from some technological point of view.
So I think every company, as you say, faces competition. Are there technologies that might occur in the future that totally disrupt what EMC is capable of delivering? I think the first comment I would make is that the EMC organization, as an employee, I'm inspired by my own employer. I see that the company makes extremely strategic decisions on developing and building technology from its R&D, and also we make very clever acquisitions to add capabilities into our organizational portfolio. So am I worried that there might be some next generation technology in 18 months' time that might turn up and completely disrupt the EMC business? No, I'm not worried about it, because I think we have a track record of spending money wisely in both R&D and M&A to future-proof EMC's relevance for our customers. And I think this is very evident right now. So if I give you an example, we have a core storage technology, say with VNX. It's extremely well-trusted, high-performance, great file system. And then we have a competitor called AWS, who has storage services in the cloud. And EMC, we have launched a product called Elastic Cloud Storage, ECS. It's an appliance, it's got commodity hardware inside it, and it's running software stack that enables us to offer an on-premise equivalent of an AWS cloud store for between 9 and 20% less. So on the one hand, I've got VNX, which is a traditional file storage system, and on the other hand, I've got a product offering which competes with both Amazon and with VNX, which is also in the EMC stable of capability. And it's our job to have the correct technology to solve the business agenda of our customers. So it's the right technology at the right performance at the right price. And sometimes that will mean commodity hardware with software from EMC. Sometimes that will mean an EMC system like a VMAX or a VNX. Or, for instance, we've got a new product range, Extreme IO, which is our all-flash technology, which is incredibly high performance, high density, low latency, and this has a higher price point per gigabyte because the flash is more expensive than spinning disk. However, the total cost of ownership of an extreme technology solution from EMC can bring down the cost of ownership because of the density and the latency performance that can be gained. So we have to do a good job of making sure our different products are appropriately positioned, and as long as we continue with our R&D and M&A investments in the way that we have done historically, I feel confident that EMC will continue to bring engineering innovation to our customers for our customers to then innovate for their business.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. Very good. Thank you.